Okay, this is a video on solving quadratics by factorising, especially where you have a negative somewhere in the original equation. What we're trying is x squared minus 7x plus 10 equals 0. So, first of all, you're thinking factorising means I need factors, and you always factorise the number that doesn't have an x or a letter next to it. So you list the factors of 10. You do it in order, so you start with 1 and 10, then you move on to 2 and 5, then you move on to 3, but 3 doesn't fit into 10, so you move on to 4, but 4 doesn't fit into 10, then you move on to 5, and 5 is already in your list, so you have all the possible factors. Once you have all the possible factors, you look at which pair is somehow going to give you the minus 7. Not just 7, minus 7. So you imagine to yourself, right, I've got a calculator in front of me, I'm allowed to use the numbers 2 and 5, how am I going to use my calculator to end up with a minus 7? Well, the only way of doing that is to start with a minus 2, and then press take away 5, and then press equals. Because if you do minus 2, take another 5, it does give you minus 7. So you now realise that if you do x minus 2 and x minus 5, you do get minus 7, but then you double check. If you times these two things together, you should still get the constant value at the end. And a minus times a minus does give you a plus, so it works. Minus 2 times minus 5 is plus 10. This still equals 0. We talked before about solving a value to put in here to make the whole thing become nothing. So if we make this whole bracket become nothing, by forcing it and saying if x minus 2 is 0, by moving the minus 2 across it becomes x equals 2. And here I make this whole bracket 0, which would multiply everything and make nothing, so I get x minus 5 equals 0, so x equals positive 5. Now if you're unsure in an exam, and you feel, right, I've done it, how do I know if I'm right or not? You check one of your answers. You check by substituting back in. So if you just told me that x is 2, you go up here, and in your head you go, right, 2 squared, that would be worth 4. Take away 7 times 2, well that means take away 14, and then add 10. Does it give me 0? Well, 4, take 14 is minus 10, add 10, yes it does, so I know that's definitely the right answer. I have found the number where that works. If one of them's right, the other one's likely to be right. You can always substitute back in afterwards. That is factorising where you have negatives.